Hey, how's it going, everyone? Hope you guys are having a nice evening today, a successful trading day as well. Um, yeah, let's jump into these markets. So, haven't been streaming for a few days, so might be a bit rusty. So, take it easy on me today, guys. So, yeah, okay. So let's take a look what we got here. So, pretty much today was quite an interesting day, I want to say. So the session sort of started by the market like testing these lows from the past few days here at the 39.80, and we had this big sort of drop from, it looked big at the time, at least when it was happening yesterday. So we started falling sort of here from 40.25, and we went all the way down to 39.81. So I was kind of watching this market. Unfortunately, I didn't take a short here last night, but I did take a long at the close of this bar. So as some of you guys know, those of you at least who have seen some of my videos, I am a big proponent of a 1 hour trading strategy. And pretty much in my strategy, it's actually super simple. So I draw support and resistance lines as well as some of the trend lines. And pretty much what I'm looking to do is buy a rejection of a support or a trend line, or sell pretty much a rejection off of a resistance of a trend line or a trend line. So in this case, we had a nice reversal here. We tested this support line, then we resisted, we closed on the top of this bull bar, and pretty much as soon as this bar closed, I went long from here. My stop was here, and my take profit was at 17, and that's pretty much where I got out. I was thinking that maybe they're gonna react to this sort of resistance here. I could have probably held it to like 40.26, but it was just enough for my eval, so I didn't even have a motivation to hold it longer. Currently, in a effort to be as transparent as I can, I'm trying to get back into the funded status, having had a pretty rough patch for the last few weeks. So today we're also going to be just trading evals. Like, I'm trying to be very careful with my funded account, and in the meantime, while I'm trying to kind of find my footing again, I'm just trading evals. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And primarily, I want to trade the 1 hour chart. So it could be a little bit boring because we're just going to be watching the markets, maybe talk about some stuff. But yeah, hopefully we're going to get some opportunities. It's 5:57 right now, so the markets are going to open in less than 3 minutes. So yeah, we got off this trade at 1.7 R. Little did we know that this trade would have offered us 11 R if we held it. And this is just like, it can drive you crazy if you trade these markets and just start measuring. I actually have a bad habit of doing that. I should probably stop measuring these moves. But when I see a move like that and I finally pick the right direction, it's pretty frustrating. But yeah, it went 11 R in my direction. So it would have been an unbelievable trade, risking, as we can see here, 11.7 to close 130. So that's, if you risk $1,100, that's more than that's 13,000, right? $1,330 on one mini contract. That's 13,000. So it's a beautiful trade. But definitely what I always want to look at is So, you know, now we're sitting down and we're trying to make up our mind, like which way are we going to be trading. So personally, what I would like to see is a test maybe down to this support here. So if we were to draw a path using this path tool, right? So if we were to test it down here and then maybe blow past this level, actually, if we were able to blow past this level, but then reverse and kind of close here, then I would want to be long. And maybe depending on how big that bar would be, I'd like to be long to maybe here. Or the highs of yesterday. But currently, this is just a big sort of trading range, as you guys can see. We went down here, we found strong support, we went up, came down again to the same level, found strong support, and then we came off of this support one more time. That's partly the reason why I decided to take that trade this morning, just because they were rejecting off that level. For 1, 2, 3, you know, that was the fourth time they did reject. And also, if we want to go down like super deep here, we can see that these bars, the bear bars, started being very small. So sort of from the logical standpoint, it could look like they were sort of losing momentum, and that's what happened. On the daily chart, unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess it doesn't really matter for us, as we day trade and don't have positions opened overnight. The big move didn't result in a big bull close of the bar, as the bar, you know, just tested above this level, but we're not able to stay over there. So there was selling pressure at this level right here, because you guys can see this level right here. It was the selling pressure, right? So we pushed as this bar was forming, right? If we want to think about it, so this bar was going up, it went above this previous high, tested even to the high of this bar, but then sellers came in as if they were reacting to sort of like a 50% pullback on this bear leg. That's obviously just speculation on my side. So yeah, we're definitely not super bullish, but there is some bull strength down at the bottom of this channel. If we want to look a little bit longer term, then we had a big trend up starting in August last year. It's almost a year ago, right? We're in July 1st today. Up until March this year. Wow, it's crazy, right? So from August till March, we had a nice bull run. Well, actually, if you want to take it, it's almost from December. All of the year of 2025 we're going up. And part of 2026, the first 3 months, right? Let's say. We had a peak in January, 5,600. And then the Iran war sort of started, and we were not able to stay up there any longer. But this is actually a pretty exciting level, 4,000. I think we may find a lot of people sort of interested to start pushing this market up from these levels. So that's why if I was to say sort of which way do you want to trade, maybe slightly on the long side. But then, you know, there is always an argument, equally good argument in the opposite direction. Like if we look at this 4-hour chart, it may look like we're actually going to go down. We had a big move up to the top of the trading range, right? Tested here, and then we had a rejection and a good follow-up bar, right? So there could be somebody that would come in and say, hey, you know, we're gonna have one more bar to kind of come down to this level to test the bottom of the trading range. And yeah, it's a $64 move, so it's half of what they did yesterday morning, today morning. So it's not out of the question that may happen. So yeah, welcome to trading. If that's your first day, that's like every day for me and for many other traders. Yeah, and the best thing you can do, it seems, is just to be patient. Um, find your levels where you'll be interested to conduct business. Um, which in my case, like I mentioned already, would be here, buying this support, or maybe buying this support. Or maybe selling these resistances. So we'll just wait and see what the market gives us. Here on crude, we had so here we had a strong sort of bear bar, a strong bear push down. And we pretty much went full circle, right? So if this was sort of like the start of the war, and now we're back at the same prices. So then maybe from here, we'll push higher. Who knows? Who knows? On the 4-hour chart, like if you want to draw the trend lines, then you have one here, and then to draw like the opposite, I like to just copy the line this way. I know that they're sloping the same way. I feel like this is a little bit more accurate this way, because markets are typically like make these geometrical shapes. So if you draw like one line, and then you sort of are able to copy the other line, then I feel like this trend line is a little bit more valid, this channel in this case. So I would encourage you guys to do that as well, perhaps. And on a 1-hour chart, yeah, we definitely rejected here. So here we had a nice confluence. So we not only were at the top band of the trend line, but we also rejected off of this support. So in our 1-hour trading strategy, see, so this one is tricky, right? So this bar that closed at 9 a.m., if you were to sell as soon as this bar closed and put your stop here, as you can see, it would have been tagged by this one. I'm not sure when I drew this this resistance line, because if I drew this after this bar, obviously this line wouldn't have been there. But if I drew it earlier, then I could have put my stop loss above the resistance, and that would have been enough. And with that, it's a nice $1,700 move. But yeah, for me to go long crude, I'll have to see like a really good size bar at the bottom here. Like, no, I'm not gonna buy a small bull bar when the appetite seems to be for the lower prices. Yeah, so now we're waiting, guys. Now we pretty much are waiting. It's a waiting game now. Wow, it's insane. So Belgium was 2 goals down against Senegal, and they were able to score the 2 goals, and now it's 2-2. That's insane. Let's see what actually happened. That's pretty crazy. Who scored those 2 goals? Let's see. Belgium, Senegal. Wow, look at this. Lukaku in the 86th minute, and then Tielemans in 89th. Wow. That's crazy. Well, yeah, they're back out of nowhere. Good job on them. 2 goals in 3 minutes. Yeah. Well played, well played. So yeah, we're waiting for this market to show us a sign, to show its hand a little bit, to see which way we can trade it. Currently, it's anybody's guess. If we're gonna go long, if we're gonna go short, we cannot know. Mhm. No, you guys can't see it. Um, no, you guys can't see it. Yeah, it's two. I was just checking the score of the game. There you go, 2-2. Yeah, Trossard got an assist. Thomas Meunier got an assist. Look at that. All right, but we came here to trade. It's just I don't know if we're going to trade. I don't know if this market will let us. Well, kind of wait and see. So yeah. Yeah, typically in these situations, like the main sort of temptation that you want to fight is the desire to drop on a lower time frame. And so if nothing's happening on the 1 hour chart, you may want to drop on 5 minutes or 1 minute and just trade that, right? But typically that's not a good idea. Yeah. Give me a second, guys. I'm back. I'm back. and I realized you guys probably didn't hear me. maybe it's for the better that you didn't. I was just trying to be funny, and that often doesn't come off well or as intended for me. So. It looks like some small buyers are coming into this market. Yeah, but this is pale in comparison to the selling that we saw the second part of the session today. Definitely is way too early to make any decisions based on this. Yeah, crude is breaking lower as well.
With Kalshi, you can trade on anything.
Man,
I can. You can't spell America.
Just watching some highlights from those 2 goals that Belgium scored. That's pretty crazy. Out of nowhere. That's the most beautiful thing about soccer. Like it doesn't look like the game is going to change, and then it can change in a matter of minutes. It's just the most beautiful thing about this sport. And then they scored the second. The second is even crazier than the first. Oh man, oh my. Yeah, good for them. They didn't give up, fought till the end, scored 2 goals. Well done. Done, Belgium. So are we guys gonna take a small dab at this? Mm-mm. Yeah. Yeah. You know what, guys? It's been 35 minutes now that we've been here, and there's really just nothing happening. And I'm just not going to be taking a trade right now because obviously nothing's happening. So I'm going to leave you with this, but we will stream tomorrow morning. I'm not sure what time I'm going to be streaming tomorrow, but hopefully I'm gonna be in some trades. I'll try to get in some trades tonight if there are any opportunities, and then maybe we can review those trades tomorrow morning on stream. All right. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in, for hanging out, and I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Take care. Thanks. Have a good one. Successful trading.